Hello, everyone. 2020 has been a transition year and a difficult one because change is never easy. But as most of the tough work has already been done, 2021, while still intense, it's announcing to be an extraordinary year. We birthed the age of Aquarius community at the dawn of the Jupiter Saturn conjunction in Aquarius because the age of Aquarius values are everything that our world stands for, or I would say humans stand for: freedom, quality content, connection with like minded people. Each individual is unique, experiential learning, collaboration, getting in sync with the universe, and greater good over individual interests. We have to work collectively for the world at large. So, today and in the following days to come, let me apprise you with what the planets imply for us for 2021 and what we can do for ourselves in order to build our health, wealth, and happiness. So, when we are happy inside, the world automatically is happy, and we can actually, our auras extend to the world at large. Leo, the major trends for you. Now, Leo is generally blessed with superabundant energy, but this year it is less than usual. Three long term planets are in stressful alignment with you. So many of the things you did with ease a few years ago are harder right now. It's important to rest when tired, and it's important for you to know that the previous belief system is not going to work anymore. So you need to renew your beliefs and restructure yourself. Love is bittersweet this year. There are disappointments to be sure, but there are also many happy things too. Marriage could happen for singles, accompanied by the complications and delays, so forewarned is being forearmed. Neptune has been in your eighth house for many years now and will be there for many more years to come. But this year, Jupiter will also move in briefly from May 14th to July 29th. This period should be more erotic than usual. You feel at one with others and have the ability to transcend daily life through metaphysical pursuits. You may easily sense emotional undercurrents. Now, ever since Uranus moved into your 10th house of career in 2019, the career has become more exciting and also unstable. This is the price we pay for excitement and interest. The career is filled with change, and more change. It is important to note that Uranus, this erratic planet, can affect your life in a variety of ways depending on how you cope with change. So, if you try to resist change, then you may find this planet's effects somewhat of a challenge. If you welcome liberation, then you're in for a joyride. So, the planet Uranus helps you break free from past chains and restrictions and form new and more joyful ways of interacting in your life. Your life may be disrupted, but you are then free from thinking inside the box and new horizons open up. Now, the area of your birth chart influenced by this liberating force is likely to be awakened and stimulated. Get ready for a roller coaster ride in your professional life. Change is the key word in your career. This can be a time of excitement as you take on new challenges and innovations, or it can be a time of frustration and disruption as the unexpected happens on the job front. Either way, you should be ready to go with the flow and enjoy a sense of freedom rather than digging in your heels. So, if you've been considering changes in your career for some time now, now is the time to act. Whether or not you take charge of the changes, by the end of this transit, life will have suddenly taken a new direction. We have the usual number of eclipses this year, four. Two of them will occur in your fifth house of children. So there are dramas in their lives this year. This includes children figures in your life. There will be solar eclipse on June 10th in your 11th house, which will test friendships and technical equipment. The fourth eclipse occurs on November 19th in your 10th house, bringing even more changes to the career. So, your most important areas of interest in the year ahead will be of health, love, romance, sex, personal transformation and reinvention, and occult studies and career. So, your paths of greatest fulfillment will be friendships, groups and group activities, love and romance until May 14th and from July 29th to December 30th. And then sex, personal transformation, and reinvention and interest in occultism comes from May 14th to July 29th and from December 30th onwards. Now, specifically speaking, for your health, in 2019, Uranus moved into the stressful alignment with you. So last year, Saturn also moved into a stressful alignment. And now, late in the year, Jupiter joined the party too. So, for most of the year, or I would say most of the year ahead, there are three long term planets in stressful alignment. This is challenging enough. But when the fast moving short term planets also join the party, health can become very problematic. Now, this happens from January 20th to February 19th, April 20th to May 21st, and from October 23rd to November 22nd. Now, these are the periods where you should rest more and do everything possible to minimize or maintain your to minimize problems and to maintain higher energy levels. Perhaps schedule some extra massages or health treatments or spend more time at a health spa. The good news this year is that your sixth house of health is strong. So you need to be focused here. And if you're focused, a stitch in time saves nine. So don't ignore things because ignoring can become dangerous. There is good news, which I'm going to give you now, that if you actually concentrate on enhancing your health and preventing problems from developing, trust me, you'll overcome all the glitches of health very fast. So don't waste mental or emotional energy on trivialities. Focus on what's really important in your life. Pluto, your family planet, occupies your sixth house of health. So you're probably more concerned with the health of family members than with your own. Now, this aspect signals that good emotional health is important to your physical health. Work to keep your moods positive and constructive. Your health planet occupies your seventh house of love this year. Thus, in addition to having good emotional health, you need good social health. A healthy marriage or a relationship. Problems here could impact your physical health. If God forbid problems arise, restore harmony here as quickly as possible. So, with Saturn as your health planet, you tend to be conservative in health matters. There would be a tendency to gravitate to orthodox medicine. But this year, with your health planet in Aquarius, be more experimental. That'll work for you. Alternative holistic therapies will work for you brilliantly. In regards to your home and family life, well, your fourth house of home and family has not been prominent for the past 3 years. This is the case in the year ahead as well, and for a few more years to come. So things are relatively quiet on the home front. Sure, there will be periods where things can be stressful and when home and family require more focus, but these periods come from transits of the fast moving planets. Their effect is normally short lived. So, this lack of focus on the home and family tends to the status quo. Things are relatively going to be good, and there's no need to overly focus or stress about it. However, if family problems do arise, this will be due to your lack of focus. You'll just have to give it a little more attention, and things will be fine. Make a home a healthier space. It would be good to landscape your surroundings with stones and trees, the energy of the earth. Rock gardens might be better than flower gardens. A magnolia tree would be a nice touch. So, if you're planning major repairs of renovation to the home, October 31st to December 14th would be a great idea. If you're merely redecorating, beautifying the home, or buying objects of beauty for the home, September 17th to October 17th will be a brilliant time. In regards to your finance and career, your money house hasn't been prominent in many years and isn't prominent this year either. So basically, the planetary transits of a given time will tell the financial story. When they're kind, finances will follow easily and earnings will tend to be greater. When they're unkind, there will be more challenges to deal with. The empty money house can be read as a good thing. It is often shows someone who takes earnings for granted. There is a feeling of contentment in this area, and there's no need for you to stress about it or be anxious about it. It tends to be the status quo. Most likely, you will feel okay about your present earnings and would be happy to see things continue as they are. So, career and love are much more of a focus than finance. Your financial planet, Mercury, is, with the exception of the moon, the fastest of all the planets. So, during the year, he is going to be moving through all the signs and houses of your horoscope. However, his progress tends to be erratic. Sometimes he moves quickly, sometimes he will spend through three different signs and houses in a single month. Sometimes he moves so slowly that it seems as if he's standing still. But sometimes he goes into the reverse and sometimes out of bounds, outside his usual orbit around the sun. In fact, a good description of your financial life in general, that things will move very fast, things may move slowly, things may seem at a standstill, but overall, the general trend is going to be good. So Mercury will go retrograde three times this year, which is his norm, from January 30th to April 20th, May 29th to June 21st, and September 27th to October 17th. Now, these are the times to be more cautious in finance and to avoid major financial decisions, such as a major purchase or investments. These are periods to review your finances and your goals and your strategies. In general, you have a very good feel for telecommunications, transportations, media companies, advertising, PR, and retailing. So, financial trading is also interesting for you. You have the ability to profit from short term moves in the financial market. Because Mercury will move through your entire horoscope every year, money and opportunity can come in various ways and through various kinds of people. Your career, in contrast, has been a major focus for you ever since Uranus moved into your 10th house of career in 2019. So, moreover, Uranus will be in your 10th house for years to come. It's important to note that this erratic planet can affect your life in a variety of ways depending on how you cope with the change. So, if you try to resist the change, then you may find this planet's effects very challenging. If you actually welcome liberation, then you may find this planet's effect somewhat helping you to break free from past chains and restrictions and form new and more joyful ways of interacting in your life. Your life may be disrupted, but you are then free from thinking inside the box, and new horizons and vistas open up. The area of your birth chart influenced by this liberating force is likely to be awakened and stimulated. So get ready for a roller coaster ride in your professional life. Change is the key word in your career. This can be a time of excitement as you take on new challenges and innovations, or it can be a time of frustration and disruption as the unexpected happens on the job front. Either which way, you should be ready to go with the flow and enjoy a sense of freedom rather than digging in your heels. If you have been considering changes in your career for some time, now is the time to act. Whether or not you take the charge of the changes, by the end of this transit, life will have suddenly taken a new direction. So, your career is now interesting and exciting, fraught with change, fraught with drama. And Leo loves drama. And if there is none in the air, you will create some. But excitement and drama can lead to instability. You must also remember that. So, there can be multiple career changes happening both this year and in the coming years. So, Uranus in the 10th house points to the freelancer over the 9 to 5 employee. There is a need for change, flexibility, and freedom. Routines would actually be suffocating. This alignment also favors a career in the technical world, perhaps something in the entertainment, media, or music industry. So, with Venus as your career planet, you always tend to advance your career by social means. And now that Uranus is involved, this tendency is even stronger. So, Uranus is your love planet. So, it is especially good to attend the right parties, cultivate the right relationships, and perhaps to host parties as well. So, career is not just career, but seems the center of your social life as well. Leos, very creative kind of people, but they are not known for their social skills. However, these days, it's worth cultivating the social skills as your career progresses, and the progress and the advancement depends a lot on your social skills. Now, in regards to your love and social life, love and romance are among the major headlines in your chart this year. Though love is complicated and there are some disappointments, overall you will see success in this area. First, your seventh house of love is very strong. This shows that you're focused there. So, the love and social life are important, and you will be willing to overcome all the various challenges that arise. Add to this, your love planet Uranus is in your 10th house, right at the top of your chart. So it is the most elevated planet in the chart, which is another indicator of focus. Romance is not only your highest aspiration, but could be read as being your actual career. In spite of whatever your current job is, love not only motivates the career, but in many cases is the career. So the social life would remain very active this year. Singles are dating more, and all of you, single or in relationships, will be attending more parties and gatherings. One of the problems in love is that you seem to be in two minds about it. A part of you is very conservative and cautious. The other part is more freewheeling and experimental. So the conservative or the cautious part frowns on the freewheeling part and is perhaps a bit aghast. One part of you wants a super active social life, whereas the other part wants more restraint. There would be a tug of war going on. So for singles, two serious looking relationships are on the cards this year with two very different perspectives or types of people. One is older, more settled, conservative, seems a corporate type. He or she is someone who seems a good provider but lacks the elan and spirit. The other is more of a fun lover and is exciting to be around, enjoyable, more interested in fun than in duty and responsibility. Which one will you choose? If you could merge both sides of the qualities into one, that would be perfect. So, with your love planet at the top of your chart and in your 10th house, a lot of your socializing seems career related. You are, and this has been going on for some years, mixing with powerful people of high status, and you're attracted to them. So, for singles, this would favor the most serious, ambitious person. But Leo by nature is a fun lover, and this would favor the other type of person, the one who's fun to be around. So, romantic opportunities can happen in various ways this year as you pursue your career goals and it functions related to your profession or career or business. Or you can pursue your health goals and be with people who are involved in your health. They can also happen in the normal places. That means romance can also happen in the normal places like parties, gatherings, places of entertainment, resorts, etc. Now, in regards to your self improvement, with Uranus as your natal love planet, you've long since learned to handle social romantic insecurity. It has been a life's lesson. So many of you actually enjoy it. You like change and excitement in love. In fact, you could create dramas just to keep things interesting. But now, with Uranus in your 10th house of career, you will be learning to deal with sudden and abrupt career changes. Anything can happen at any time. Change is the rule. Every time you feel settled in your career, something happens that changes, and it's often for the better. So it's the insecurity that is hard to deal with. It's difficult to make long range career plans. The spiritual lesson here is to embrace the changes, embrace the insecurity, and to learn to enjoy it. So, Neptune, the most spiritual of all the planets, has been in your eighth house for many years now. So, the transit of a long term planet is not really an event but a process, a series of events that leads to a certain state. So, for many years now, your sex life and sexual attitudes are becoming more refined and more spiritualized. So, the sexual act is being elevated bit by bit from a mere animal passion to an act of worship. So, many of you are receiving teachings about this. If not, it's a good time to study the spiritual side of sex. Some of you might like Tantra or Kundalini Yoga. Those of a more Western bent would like a Carissa or the sexual teachings of Hermetic science. This seems especially important this year for the Leos, and next as Jupiter moves into your eighth house of sex, stimulation, increasing your libido, and overall the sexual activity. Pluto has been in your sixth house of health for many years now, and this is a transit too. And it's really a process and not some specific event, which indicates a tendency to surgery. Probably you've had this in past years, but Pluto also rules detox regimes, and you might want to take these things before going under the knife. So, detox often does the same thing as surgery, only it takes a little longer. So, in your horoscope, Pluto rules the memory. Thus, in many cases, health problems can be coming from the re-stimulation of this part of your body, that's the brains. So, some ancient trauma gets re-stimulated and produces symptoms. It might have nothing to do with your diet or other personal habits. The way to treat it is to go into the memory body and bring back the trauma or memory that is causing the problem, live it and discharge it. It's generally not a fan. I'm generally not a fan of past life regressions, but if health is involved, it might be a good idea. So get into your natal chart, see where the transit planets are affecting, which house it is affecting, which area of your life is affected, and you need to bring it up, live it, and then put a closure to anything that is negative so that you can actually prosper and you can actually lead your path for health, wealth, and happiness in this coming 2021. So stay blessed and have a great year ahead.